Elbow Grease Productions, in association with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, presents Hi, this is Pearl Jr. with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, bringing you yet another episode in the life and or death of Michael Joe Jackson. Now we are in the midst of the Katherine Jackson versus AEG court case in which Katherine is suing AEG for negligently hiring and supervising Dr. Conrad Murray. So we will be awaiting a verdict, but we got our first real clue, of course, that Michael Jackson is alive during the trial. Okay, let me explain. Travis Payne was on the stand, and they are bringing in emails about what was said back and forth from AEG executives to some of Michael's people, talking about the care of Michael Jackson and the health of Michael Jackson. Now, this email really struck me kind of odd. Let me read it. It states, "Make sure you take out the shots of MJ in red jacket. He looks way too thin and skeletal." Well, that is an email from Randy Phillips to Paul Gongaware. Now, that struck me kind of odd because we saw Michael in This Is It, and he looked regular skinny like he's been all his life, just regular skinny. And I thought he looked fabulous in This Is It. And I enjoyed watching Michael just like I did when I was a little girl, watching him with his brothers as a member of the Jackson 5. Then we get a picture from Paris from her Twitter page in which she writes, "We make such a cute couple." And it's a picture of Paris in like a dance position with a skeleton. So I'm thinking, what does that mean? And then I remembered that email, and I went back and I said, yep, Randy Phillips said something about a skeleton in an email in a red jacket. So of course I went to you fans because I'm at work, and I said, let's look up the picture of Michael with the red jacket. Now the red jacket shots with Michael did make This Is It, so they decided to keep them in. But on the red jacket, is what we call an ANKH on the shoulder. Well, an ANKH is an Egyptian symbol which means life after death. Oh my goodness. So I got so excited. I was just kind of like, oh my God, our first clue, our first clue. Then we went back and we saw another picture where Michael has a black jacket on this time with that same ANKH. Then we found out that he was with his designer. Her name is Rushka Bergman, and she was wearing the jacket in a picture with Michael in 2007, and he looks pretty thin in this picture too, and he wasn't supposed to be on propofol at that time. So, life after death. Well, that explains why Paris Jackson just a few weeks ago changed her profile Twitter picture to Tinkerbell with an ANKH on the shoulder. Then I started thinking about, is AEG really a part of knowing that Michael Jackson is alive? Because I went back and I reviewed MichaelJacksonLive.com was registered in the year 2000, and we know that Michael's relationship with Paul Gongaware goes back to the 90s. Then I went back to the Alive, Is Michael Jackson Really Dead documentary, and look at this. Michael's mother, Katherine Jackson, also filed a lawsuit against AEG, blaming them for the death of Michael Jackson. The lawsuit states that they didn't care about Michael's well-being, only that he performed. In response, AEG writes, "In honor of our professional relationship with Mr. Jackson and his estate, we will make no further public comments." I found that awfully odd, since a dead man is now only the estate, and that AEG decided to separate Michael Jackson from his estate. Is that a clue, or is that a threat? we have to keep in mind that AEG Live would not stipulate for 8 days that Michael Jackson was dead, and then they quickly followed up when they did stipulate it without stipulating that Conrad Murray killed Michael Jackson. And they so far have not yet relented to stipulating that Dr. Conrad Murray is responsible for the dead body named Michael Joseph Jackson. And we know that Michael's name is Michael Joe Jackson. Well, this is Pearl Jr. with MichaelJacksonInsider.com, and I will see you next time. Thousands believed Tupac did it. Millions believed Elvis did it. But did Michael Jackson really do it? E-movie book, Pseudocide. Did Michael Jackson fake his death to save his life? By author Pearl Jr. It's the most shocking true story of our lifetime. Order yours today. Go to MichaelJacksonPseudocide.com.